We didn't plan to make this video. This video found us.
Okay, but we're making this video and the video didn't just like appear out of nowhere.
Right, but somebody tagged us on Instagram, which is why we're talking about this. So the content actually sort of found us in a way. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I want to mention the reason why we weren't going to make a video today is because tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to talk about Night of Mischief and Mischief Toys at New York Comic Con. It's
Live.
going to be a blast.
Live. You didn't say live.
Live.
They were going to be very confused.
It's going to be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern.
If you don't know what Night of Mischief is, it is an event hosted by Mischief Toys that happens during New York Comic Con. However, it doesn't happen at New York Comic Con, so you don't need a ticket to New York Comic Con. It'll be happening Thursday, October 17th from 7 to 10 p.m. in Hoboken, New Jersey.
We'll give you all the details that you need to know during tonight's live at 8 p.m. Eastern, to include ticket prices, the time and date in which these tickets will go up on sale, which is tomorrow, and everything else in between. Bring your questions and we'll answer what we can. But let's get to this video. So we were tagged by Grail Monster, and I'm going to show exactly what we were tagged in. So he basically says, in my opinion, Toy Tokyo is trash. So what is happening here is that basically Toy Tokyo has specified or stated that they have found Planet Arlia Vegetas in the back. Now, I don't know exactly what this means. So what is going on here? In yesterday's video, we talked about how Funko is going to reproduce stuff, and somebody jokingly said, please reproduce the Vegeta Planet Arlia, or Planet Arlia Vegeta.
Yes.
And so just a day later, we're seeing this.
Yeah.
So Grail Monster says, as a retailer, your job is to distribute product to the masses at near MSRP, especially with an exclusive. Getting product at wholesale from Funko, creating artificial scarcity, then slamming the secondary market with a self-inflated value, or a self-inflated value, is deplorable at best. These sorts of antics have always been alleged in regards to Toy Tokyo, and I've always heard tongue-in-cheek things like, I'd buy this, but who knows how many Toy Tokyo has in their back room. They're literally running a marketing campaign titled Warehouse Finds currently, Shameless Garbage, Be Better. I literally sold my I literally sold my PSA 9 PA Vegeta last month due to the speculation of case condition, one sitting in their storage. That is insane. Just in the fact that we just talked about this yesterday and somebody making a joke about it.
Well, Toy Tokyo actually posted about this 4 days ago. So why don't you go to Toy Tokyo's Instagram?
Okay.
This is very interesting.
So Toy Tokyo posted something. I guess that's where this picture came from?
Yes.
Okay, so Toy Tokyo posted something as well. And by the way, I don't want to come down on Toy Tokyo. That's not what this is about at all. This is one of those things where we literally just talked about it, and here is a post by Toy Tokyo. I wish we would have known about this yesterday. Toy Tokyo Live, this week's shows are featuring Warehouse Finds, 2 parts, live on Whatnot. Thursday night we'll go live at 8 p.m. Eastern, and Friday night we'll go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. This week we'll have 2 hot holy grails. We have the fabled Planet Arlia Vegeta, and we have the Funko, or Freddy Funko Wolverine in the yellow suit. One will be available on Thursday and the other on Friday. Which is being auctioned on what day? You just have to join the shows. Okay, so you have to pre-bid before the shows are live. Okay, interesting.
So, I have mixed feelings about this because, like, I don't think it's wrong for them to hold stuff back necessarily. If they have a handful and they do like giveaways or whatever, like that's okay. However, it's a bit weird that it's coming so late.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Like, it's really bizarre. they truly could have found this in their warehouse, or maybe they purposely held a couple back for reasons like this, but it just seems
How could this be a
weird.
find, though? Because we know the Planet Arlia Vegeta. What is even the PPG anymore? I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. I know
mean,
it's a lot.
it's got to be. I mean, the last time I checked, it was astronomical. So I'm imagining that it hasn't changed much.
So one that I'm seeing is 4K on eBay. There's another one that's 4K, but it's signed.
Well, I'm going to check PPG.
Yeah,
So
check
PPG is saying 4,001. My God, PPG, what are you doing with all this? Look at this. Look at the amount of pop-ups. 4,190.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so 4,190. So we're talking about a $5,000 piece is found in a warehouse. I don't believe that for 1 second.
I don't think it's found. I
Right.
think that they had it just sitting there because I mean, realistically, like it was their exclusive.
Right, so they didn't really even say that, right? So we're just speculating that they found it in a warehouse.
They called it a warehouse find.
A warehouse find.
Yeah. What I don't like is that they're doing an auction on Whatnot.
Well, that's the way these guys do this stuff.
Yeah.
So back to what Grail Monster, tagged us in.
Yeah.
Basically saying they suck. Well, they found one. So
They found
right,
one.
but if it were
so they
like
say.
100 Planet Aurelia Vegetas, then I would
That
say
would be a major
that would be
problem.
crazy. But because it's one, I mean, this isn't so far fetched. If
Right.
you are a company like Toy Tokyo and you get this highly sought after Funko Pop, and for whatever reason you keep 5 of them. Let's just say you keep 5 of them and you keep them stored away and you say one day we can put these up for auction or we could do something. I mean, they're a business. This is what they're doing. This is what they do. This isn't flooding the market. It's not hurting anything. I can't imagine that the sale of this thing will hurt anything. I think it'll only benefit it. And I think that especially if it's an auction, they could get more money back for this thing.
Yes.
This could go in the above 4,190 or whatever the number is.
Yeah, it very well could, especially because it's coming straight from the source.
So I'm confused as to why Grail Monster is upset about this.
I'm not.
Okay, so you know why.
So it's very obvious. I feel like so I don't want to agree fully with either side. I don't want to say this is totally okay and I don't want to say this is not okay. I'm right in the middle because I don't really see the harm in hanging on to a couple. But the fact that they're like, "Oh, we found one," like that makes me wonder how many they actually have and how many times they're going to do this because that can very well tank the value of these very sought after pieces.
This person right here says, who knows what the piece count is on this?
Exactly.
Yeah, because we don't know.
That's the biggest problem. So another thing is that this would be incredibly bad if this were a reprint. But from what we understand, it's not a reprint. But it's, I don't know.
Well, so here's the deal. This figure did not come out with a limited piece number on it.
No, it did not.
So it doesn't say like 500 or anything like that.
Right, but this was put out, what? I mean, it's at least 10 years old by now, right?
I would imagine so. It's an older one. It's an older Funko Pop. Well, hold on. I can tell you right here. Released 2014, so 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
Literally just about 1 year.
10 years.
I mean, 10, I'm sorry.
I went to say 1 year.
Literally just about 10 years. I mean, we're like a month away from 10 years.
Yeah, so the problem is, like he's saying, artificial scarcity. So they very well could have held like half of them back. What if they did? And the reason it's so high in value is because they literally only sold half at New York Comic Con and have the other half. Right. And they're like slowly putting them in maybe they're like selling some on eBay under like aliases or something. You never know. And I don't want to say I'm accusing them of that, but to me,
no, I don't want to be accusatory.
No, but to me, like, I can see where this is super shady and would get people raising their eyebrows. Right. So I'm not I don't feel comfortable taking the side of this is totally fine or this is not okay. Like, I'm right in here because it's not okay, but it's also sort of okay.
Do you think it's wrong that they're selling it on like a whatnot or auctioning it instead
I think
of
that's fucking stupid.
So no, I mean instead of like putting on the website and saying at cost you can buy this.
Hell no.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What do you say?
So I don't know what I'm saying. I don't like to me stuff should be held back. If it is held back, a handful maybe for like a special giveaway or like putting it up in maybe a mystery box or something. Like I don't know how this should be done. I don't like that they're using Whatnot.
Here's Funko Pop news. I don't care about Whatnot anymore. Whatnot is sort of like forgotten about.
I don't know my point. Like I just don't like the auction stuff so much, like on eBay and whatnot.
This person comments they had it listed as a $1 start on the Arlia Vegeta, and it had a pre-bid of $1,670 with 44 bids, but they had an asking price of $4,999.
Okay, yeah, because so this has already been up for auction from what I understand. One of them, this one, and then the Freddy Funko Wolverine, one was on sale Friday and one Thursday.
So this person's commenting, this is what should get a repaint 2025. That's a reprint. That's unbelievable. No, there's no way. I can't even believe that people are asking about this. And we actually had people on yesterday's video where they're talking about reprinting the summer convention exclusives. Some people were like, oh yeah, they should do this. Like, people are, like, super on board with it.
So, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, though, collectors are super selfish. And, you know, people are going to say, like, I want this at retail. And I get it. Like, it would be nice to have a super grail for retail price. But that means that Funko is, like, dead and buried and burned.
Right, and who cares? And who cares about our collections? I mean, because people like to say your value doesn't matter, but scarcity does. And quite frankly, with it having a dollar amount attached to it, what do you want? Every single Funko Pop that you own to be worth nothing? Like zero, zilch, nothing at all? Yeah. I mean, look at the amount of people who are turning around and selling their collections because of things like this. You're losing interest. People are losing interest in Funko. And that's a huge problem. And look at Funko having a huge turnover. CEOs are leaving. Funmaker Mike leaves. Like, this isn't all just because their time's up. It's because the things aren't going well. Yeah. So what are we talking about? These folks here are the same people that years ago, when things would sell on Funko Shop, or sell out on Funko Shop, they would complain. And then Funko noticed that, and they said, okay, we're going to up it, and we're going to make more of each one of these exclusives. They did, and then they couldn't sell out anymore, and Funko wasn't making any money. They were literally trashing Funko Pops because of how poorly all this stuff was doing. I mean, pick up your shovels and start burying your Funko Pops in your backyard because they're fucking dead. Like, at this point, if we're going to reprint this, then there's dead. Yeah. That's it. This is like, you're talking about one of the biggest grails in the Funko community.
Yeah.
Right here.
I cannot believe collectors would say reprint.
I can, because people, like, to your point, yesterday's video, if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. But Heather basically said people are selfish in their own way, and she's absolutely right.
They want everything to benefit them and them only.
100%.
And if they think that it's not going to benefit them, they'll cry and beg for it to benefit them.
Completely agree. This is what I'm saying. It's market manipulation, LOL. They can't legally sell them for retail, so they're creating this illusion that they're more limited than we believe. Wouldn't be surprised if they had master cases of these hiding in their warehouses.
Question: Why can't they legally sell it at retail? I
don't know. I don't know what they mean by that.
I'm very curious about that. If someone knows what this means, or if you're watching this, if you're the one that left that comment, please explain that. I would like to know what you mean by that.
There's a demand for a reprint. Give the people what they want.
No!
Why would you reprint this? I don't understand.
This is ridiculous, guys.
It's unbelievable.
On.
This person said the comments children. I don't know who they're calling children, but
I think they're calling the people who want it reprinted children.
Maybe they're people are their.
I'll give them 16 each.
People maybe restock. People mad, pissed off, scummy. I'll give them 16 each. So
this is goofy.
So this is a really bizarre situation, and a big thank you and shout out to Grail Monster for bringing this to our attention. So when I originally saw this, I didn't know how many they were talking about. Glad we went and looked at Toy Tokyo. Glad we looked at Funko Pop News, which is a great source for news as well. Glad we went to take a look to see what they're having to say. But so it's one Planet Arlia Vegeta.
That we know of.
That we know of. So on a auction basis on Whatnot, not surprised to hear that at all. Look, here's what's going on. Let's be clear about a lot of this stuff. Funko Pops are not selling that well anymore, and I think that we need to see stuff like this kind of go up and sort of spike that demand again and get people excited and get people worked up about stuff like this, because that's what brings the excitement back into Funko. It's something that is super hard to get. And seeing all those comments where people are like reprint, 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 those are the people that have basically sunk Funko. There are figures that you make, right, that are going to be your figures you put in the store. It's common. You can make however many that you want.
Yes.
When you're talking about exclusives, there should be a number in which that exclusive falls in.
Yeah.
If it's not even, if it doesn't have to be printed on the box itself, it should just have some sort of number schema. Like if we're going to give something to, say, Toy Tokyo or one of these things at a Comic-Con, right, then there are only 500 of them made. Right?
Yeah.
Or 1,000 of them made, or 3,000 of them made. But there should be a number associated with that. But with that all being said, there could be some in a back room somewhere. And these companies could hold on to them and then do what they will in the future. Now, Toy Tokyo coming out and saying we're doing it as Toy Tokyo is one thing. If this was done behind the scenes by somebody a part of Toy Tokyo, or the owner of Toy Tokyo, without Toy Tokyo being a part of it, do you think it would have gone better that way? Like, because I don't think people would give a shit, right? Because
I don't think if they did it where people wouldn't know, then it's just some guy selling.
That's what I'm saying.
But if people were like, oh, well, the owner of Toy Tokyo sent me this, I won this on eBay, and then it's like the owner's name or something, like that would be sketchy as hell. Like the best way they can do it is under Toy Tokyo's name.
I just wonder if them doing it like this would hurt them, is what I'm saying. And would it have been better by not putting Toy Tokyo on the name?
I think it would be worse if it came out that they did it in a shadier way.
Got it. No, but I agree with that.
But I just I don't know the best way. That's why I'm like, I don't know what to say in this video, because I don't want to condemn them, because I feel like, you know, it's not abnormal for companies to hang on to a few for the future. But at the same time, I also feel like it's weird that they're using a different, like, it would be different if they put it for auction on their own website. But the fact that they're doing it on Whatnot and drawing people to Whatnot is sort of weird.
Yeah, the collector community has completely changed. In fact, it almost feels overnight to me, because I remember there being a time where we were all begging for them to release limited pieces, putting limited piece counts on stuff. And we have now people that are commenting and basically saying they don't want that and they want stuff reprinted. I don't really even know how to respond to any of that, because we're not even talking about collectibles anymore, right, that are collectible. We're talking about trinkets, and we're talking about toys and things that are just sold, and we're just making, 100,000 of these things. We're putting them out into the ether, and then whoever wants to buy it can buy it. But I will tell you this. Funko will not survive this way.
No.
And they never will, because they started out this way. They cannot, unless they get heavy into toys. I know they're doing a video game. I think the video game will help them a lot, because it'll get a lot of people in the know with what Funko is. And we played it the other day. Go watch that video. It was so fun. And we really enjoyed the video game, so I feel like they got a good thing going there. But when we're talking about collectibles and the people who've been around collecting all this time, to just start whipping out that we're going to do reprints of stuff, which I hope they don't do, even though people are begging, although Funko listens to people like that.
Well, they said, so in yesterday's video, we talked about them reprinting the
Summer Convention.
Yeah, the Luffy on Going Merry or Sunny or whatever. Right. One of the ships.
The convention at home
ships.
stuff.
Yeah. And someone was arguing with us in the not arguing, I don't want to say it was like a hostile thing, but they were basically like, this is no big deal because the con sticker one will still have the same value. And it's like, I don't think that's true. If someone has the choice between a reprinted item for $15 versus, let's say, I don't know what the value was, but let's just do an even $200. What do you think they're going to choose? You think they're going to shell out $200, or they're going to say, hey, I can get this for retail?
It sinks the value of everything, and I don't care.
No, there's a convention exclusive sticker.
Well, the thing is that people can sit back and say they don't care about the values on things all they want, but the day mostly will come, not for all of your collection, but for part of your collection, when it's time to say, you know what, I got to clear some of this stuff out, make room for new stuff. new collectibles and new things that I'm into, if that day comes and you cannot sell all those old things and you're trashing them instead, or taking them and giving them to some sort of kid or something, you know what I mean? Putting them out on the street with a sign that says for free.
Yeah.
When you're doing
like
that,
an old dresser.
when you're doing that, you're going to rethink all those comments. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you from experience. I took about a third of our collection and I sold it to $7 a pop. By the way, if you want to sell your collection, reach out to them. I don't know if they're buying right now. But I sold a part of my collection to $7 a pop, and Heather and I and my son went on vacation. So you can say what you want about value all day, but the value, as far as I'm concerned, matters. Especially when I have upwards of 2,000 of these things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what people are talking about. Reprint all you want, but then that's when I step away and I don't do Funko at all. Yeah. Like, I'm done. I'm finished with Funko. I will buy the little ones I like here and there, and that's it. But I'm not going to buy like I used to.
Yeah.
I used to buy, like, I was trying to finish a Marvel set, and I gave up because I started to realize they were just overdoing it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I think it's terrible, and that's why Mischief Toys, our company, and I'm not saying this against any other company. I'm not dogging any other company and saying Mischief Toys is the best. All I'm saying is that's why our thing is very limited stuff, and that's what is fun for us. Yeah. And there is a value associated with that, and I think that that's fun too. You can track all that stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
If all of your collectibles were worth $5, they're no longer collectibles. They're just things that you collect.
100%.
I mean, imagine if you were like, you know what? I really love soda. And then like every single can you drank, you just kept the can. Like, that's the equivalent of what Funko could be if they continue to reprint stuff, because it's going to have no value. Nobody's going to want to buy them.
Look,
I mean, you want like someone's drank Coca-Cola can.
When we're talking about collectibles,
I mean?
Look at collectible coins, look at collectible even stamps. All this stuff holds value. It all holds value. And you can sell some of this stuff for a ridiculous amount. And so we're just talking about vinyl toys on that collectible side of things, right?
Yeah.
So in other words, this is normal for collectibles. But they're not collectibles anymore when you're just reprinting all the stuff, and it doesn't matter anymore.
They're things you buy.
Now, people are going to come back and say, well, if they put a new year on it and they do all these different things to say this is the new version, look, the masses aren't going to care about that.
No.
They're basically going to say, well, because this is what happened with fake Pops. People were buying fake Funko Pops to fill their collection so they could say they completed it.
What else did it happen with? The anti-venom from Box Lunch.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
They reprinted that with a different date.
Yep.
But
it tanked it.
What does that matter if it's the same damn thing? Yeah, I get it. You can brag to your friends like, hey, I have the original one, but is someone gonna buy yours for the large amount, or are they gonna go to Box Lunch and pick one up for retail?
Right. They're no longer available, by the way. That's over. We're talking about back when it all happened.
Yeah, that happened, what?
I don't know what the value is anymore.
About a year
but
and a half or 2 years ago?
Yeah, because I was like one of the Venom Grails back then. Anyway, we're just going on and on about, we could talk about this all day.
We could, but one point that I wanted to make in regards to yesterday's video was the reprinting. So we spoke about how bad reprinting is. We've gone on about it in this video.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is Funko's marketing. So basically in yesterday's video, someone noticed that they had reprinted that Luffy convention pop. And Funko was like, oh yeah, we do that sometimes. And it's like, okay, I thought it was exclusive to that convention,
yeah, right.
But sure. But they're basically reprinting this stuff to make more money. It's like they don't care about the scarcity of their items. But I received an email today, and this is just mind-boggling. I just don't understand what is going through the minds of the people over at Funko, because I received this email from Funko, and it says only $9.99 of Leonardo and Michelangelo, referring to the Ninja Turtles drop that is happening this coming Tuesday.
Okay.
The NFT drop.
Okay.
They have started these campaigns, these email campaigns about the NFTs. It's not like, oh, hey, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming to drop. It's only $999 are available. Why are they acting like they care and they know collectors care about the limited amount of pieces, but then they're going and reproducing stuff. It's like they know that piece count is important, but then they're doing things where piece count isn't important. And it reminds me of like...
Well, remember, there's no piece count on the one they're reprinting.
No, I understand that, but my point is they know how scarcity affects value and how collectors look at scarcity. So why are they doing this? It's almost like you had a girlfriend way back when, and she was just a big ol' asshole. She was mean. She would like throw sodas at your head or what. I don't know what she's doing.
A lot about sodas in this video, but okay.
Listen, my mind's on sodas right now.
Gotcha.
So she's throwing sodas at your head. She calls you, what's a funny name?
What's a funny name?
Yeah, what's a funny name?
Douche.
No, that's boring.
Flapjack.
She calls you Flapjack.
Okay.
And she says, and you break up with her.
Do you understand I'm not editing this video?
You're not?
No, so you're just restating stuff. I don't know what you're doing. Well, can you just get to the point?
You break up with her.
Okay.
And she says, baby, I'm so sorry. I love you. I didn't mean those things. And then you get back with her. She throws another soda at your head. She calls you Flapjack again. And then you break up with her. And then she says, baby, I love you.
You're saying it's
she's proving to you that she's not going to change.
Right.
But she's telling you she's going to change. That's
But she called me Flapjack because of my titties. Just be honest.
I don't know why she called you Flapjack, Chris. That's between you and her.
Okay.
My point is, Funko is saying these things like, oh, 999 pieces. This will appeal to the collector. We really care about you. We know what you want. But then they're turning around and their actions are speaking louder than words because they're reprinting stuff that should not be reprinted. A convention exclusive should be exclusive to that convention or that convention time frame.
I agree. I completely agree with you. We said that in yesterday's video too. Completely agree.
But they know we care about piece counts.
I know they do, Heather. They're trying to sell NFTs. Remember that too.
But they're completely tanking.
Heather, you gotta understand. They understand that their fans are stupid people, right? So they can say that and then also reprint, and they know that people are stupid. Plus, that email that went out talking about how that wasn't like them coming out and posting it on Instagram. They didn't come out and post that on Instagram. It was in an email that someone shared, and that's spreading like wildfire now. So it's two totally different things. But you're right. I mean, they know that scarcity is huge to the collector. They know that, but they don't give a shit. They just want to make money. That's the point. They're a business. But I think that them trying to make money and leaping to making more to make money is the wrong way to go about it, and to slowly make your money. Right? Yeah. You can make your money, but you need to like go with the fans and make sense of it and do, limited numbers and all those things, and not reproduce, not reprint. Reprinting Planet Arlia Vegeta would be just I'm pretty sure.
If they did that, I would never purchase another Funko Pop.
I think that would really cripple the entire Funko community, like in a really big way. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would be so upset, because you got to remember there are people who are spending $4,000 on this thing. That's why PPG shows that price. But look, we've gone on too much. We want to know your thoughts on this, and I know there are going to be people out there that are saying, "Oh my God, make Planet Arlia Vegeta," and you might just say it just to get Heather all worked up. It's possible. But we want to know your thoughts, your true thoughts about all of this. Do you think this hurts the community? Do you think it betters the community to do the reprints? We would love to know. I think it would be terrible.
Please don't tell me that.
I think it would be terrible, but we want to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. And remember to come and watch us live at 8 p.m. Eastern talking about Mischief Toys, where we do sell limited pieces. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Calvin Lee, Tina Maldonado, Joshua G, Michael Petrino, Joseph Mayfield, Brian, Fanatic Cat, Greg F, Ryan Thomas, and David Jones. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. And if you have not checked out our Patreon, check out Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. You can support this channel, and in return, you can hang out with us every single month where we do giveaways, we hang out via Google Meet, and we also show you upcoming Mischief Toys things. And in the month of September, we're going to show you the very first New York Comic Con exclusive.
And it is awesome! So make sure you check out patreon.com/Gastlecast to find all the ways you can support this channel while also getting some really cool perks.
All right, that was unexpected. And also make sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little bell. That way you'll know anytime we go live or post brand new content. We post new content every single day, like this video, and we go live every Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern, like tonight. So come and join us tonight. We're going to have a blast. Thank you so much for staying until the end. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.